Patrick and Reverend Rita.
How you doing? Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Do you know where you are? You're at CSL Kauai, the Institute of Magnificence. And we have a wonderful live streaming going on. That means for you, whatever is happening here doesn't stay here, like in Vegas, of course. So we welcome you on this wonderful, wonderful Happy Easter to those who celebrate that. And whatever you celebrate, we are so happy that you're here. So let's just take a moment to settle into this incredible piece. Let all of the noise before us arriving here, let everything just vanish away and be completely present right here, right now. Because something wonderful is happening, and that is love, spirit, good, God. Call it whatever you want. It needs no name, because why? It is all names. So welcome, welcome on this day that we are rising up as love. We are rising up as love. And with our heart so clear. That was a channeling moment, but here we go. So let's have at it, and so it is. And we have the wonderful Namaste Singers Day. Yes. Yes.
We are gathering in song, welcoming the wonders, opening the doors to spirit one. We are gathering into life, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is abundance in our fellowship. This is the place we all belong. We place our trust in this great holiness. This is the moment now. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors to spirit wide.
That's it. Let's clap and let's have some energy.
Starting out together,
Just say gathering.
miracles inside. There is a promise in our thankfulness. We know that when we seek, we find. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is yours and mine. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. Gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. On a journey through the miracles inside.
There we go. Kyle Evans and the Namaste Singers.
Yay, thank you, Kyle.
Woohoo!
I know, I
For
know.
those of you that are new, we've just started with Reverend Rita has started with them, and they are doing a wonderful job. Let's give it up again for these And we have another song for them today too, right?
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. We're growing. We're growing and growing. Yes, we are. And it's good. We have a lot of fun too, I hope. Anyway, okay, so we're here. It's Easter Sunday. We're also celebrating the ending of Passover too. But we also are in the month of April, and well, first let's look at our vision. So what are we doing here?
Awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from
duality to unity consciousness. It's beautiful. Thank you for doing that.
And this whole month is dedicated to grow up. Grow up. That is what it is dedicated to, which means growth. That means that we can have it, look at it many, many ways, right? And we have a wonderful, I always like to call it mantra, but it is an affirmation. I am experiencing a vibrational growth spurt. You ready? I am experiencing a vibrational growth spurt. One more time. I am experiencing a vibrational growth spurt. Oh, there's nothing like a growth spurt, right? Yeah.
So here we are. If you're here for the first time, or maybe you're not familiar with the teaching of the science of mind or New Thought, and it was founded by a man named Ernest Holmes. He was not a revelator. He was a synthesizer, which brings me to today, because I always was thinking, like, why don't we have New Thought holidays? Like, why isn't there an Easter for New Thought, or Christmas, or Passover, or all these holidays that other faiths have? And I finally understood that we celebrate oneness. We celebrate the mystical and the metaphorical and the metaphysical messages that are behind all holidays, whether it be the equinox or Passover or Easter or Christmas or Hanukkah, all of those things. So we are, like I said, Ernest Holmes wasn't a revelator, he was a synthesizer. And he brought everything to one place, which is love, which I believe is the truth of our being, and that our thoughts matter. What we think totally matters. It's like there's a saying, your mind matters. It does. And so the more that we can think these beautiful, amazing thoughts of unity and oneness and actually act from that place, not just think about it, but actually put it into action, the more our lives improve, and the more, like, if we have a challenge in our life, we're able to walk through it with more power and more light, because we understand the truth behind it, and that not everything is actually temporary in the world of conditions, and everything can change in any moment. So thank you for joining us today. I am so grateful to be here and to be celebrating this glorious day with all of you. Thank you.
And I am so grateful, Reverend Rita, that she actually did look that up and really research why, because every year, and you know what, I realized there's some of it was ego-based for me. It was like, I want my own holiday, and I want New Thought to have this, but when you really think about it, this really embodies the totality of oneness, because it encompasses everything, every faith. It doesn't mean we're practicing it, it just means we're embodying it. So it brings back that oneness that actually New Thought, our wonderful leaders from the past, and now that's what we've always been after, is to not be separate, but be one. So I see some new faces today. I bet you're wondering how I know. There's a little, yeah. How did you, she goes like this. We got you. It's the lay. It's the lay. If there is a cuteness alert, but I cannot let you know the cuteness alert that is back here right now, because then you won't pay attention to us. So we are welcoming you. We see a lot of lay today, and I'm just so grateful that you're here. Because, why? Because we found out some things about you, and they delivered it right before you came in. Yes, new. Okay, so this is what we discovered, and everybody got their little secret hidden things, right? Should we let them know? If you're new, raise your hand, because we have something to say. You ready? Okay. You are magnificent. Woo! And we know that about you because we know that about ourselves. And back to oneness, when we discover who we are, which is magnificent, always, then we can recognize it in everyone. May I repeat, everyone. Even them or those. It's everyone. Hey, just remember something, spirituality sometimes is a work in progress. So I'm just saying, hold tight and know that this is who we are. Sorry, Jonathan, I can't touch here because I have a mic here. So, where was I? We were saying that you are magnificent. So shall we put our hands on our heart, except for me, put our hands on our heart, and let's just claim and declare who we are right here. I am magnificent. And since we are talking about entanglement in that quantum field, that we are all one. So let's go. We are magnificent. And right now I see Marion. Oh, she's not in the room though, but I see her in that camera. And I see Sherry, and I see Laura and Greg. So we have some people up there, and we got to let them know because they get very, very upset if we don't recognize them. You ready? You are magnificent. And if you think I'm going to forget, I'm not. I'm not going to forget because I hold it all week long in my very possession. So will you do me a favor? Look to each other and let them know they are magnificent.
You are magnificent, honey.
You are magnificent. What's happening?
Walt,
Okay.
get him up here. All right.
All right. Turn your magnificent selves to the center.
And
There we go.
will-
I have one thing to say before we introduce our wonderful, wonderful in the light gentlemen here. You might have noticed, I want you to know, I don't want it to not be said, that you're probably sitting on someone right now. But I just wanted to make that clear that this little thing that you were sitting on is Gary Lynn Floyd, who's coming here in 2 weeks on Friday for a concert song circle. And he is known all through the United States. So I'd be like Tim Marie, you should go to YouTube and actually hear him. And you'll hear him today because they're playing him. He is someone not to be missed. And we're bringing him on island for this on May 2nd. So I know you might pick it up and go, I already know this, I already bought my ticket, but that's not why we put it on your seat. We put it on your seat so you would take it out into the world on a bulletin board or to your nearest friend. That's how we get our word out. Deal?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll introduce him.
So
Doctor.
we are bringing Dr. Walt Weiss up to us here to give us his message. Yes. Which one? Is it number one? Number
Doesn't
one.
he look great today?
Everyone.
Number one.
I have to tell you that there is so much more energy here than there was at the sunrise service that I did at 6 a.m. Even in
bet.
myself. Okay. So, in the Science of Mind textbook, in the chapter on immortality, Ernest Holmes writes about this new theory of matter and ether furnishing proof of the possibility of a body within a body to infinity. And then he says, all of these evidences should prove to us that we are not going to attain immortality, but that we are now immortal. Our contention is not that the dead live again, but that living men and women never die.
Yeah.
So on this Easter Sunday morning, I want to reflect just a little bit on what we as followers of the science of mind, philosophy, and New Thought do with the story of the resurrection of Jesus. Whether or not you celebrate it or not, that information is out there. And there are several different stories in the Christian Gospels which talk about Jesus rising from the dead after his crucifixion. There are inconsistencies in these stories as they are told from the perspective of different people. Are the stories intended to be historical reports and thus to be believed or doubted and disbelieved, or do they use language of parable and metaphor to express truths that are much more than factual? Throughout his ministry, Jesus used parables. Most of us would believe and agree that the truthfulness of Jesus' parables are not dependent upon whether or not they were really historically factual. No one is concerned if there really was a Samaritan who came to the rescue of a man who had been beaten by bandits, or whether there really was a father who lavishly welcomed home his prodigal son. No one would say that these stories aren't true because they didn't happen. Marcus Borg, in his book Jesus, Uncovering the Life, Teachings, and Relevance of a Religious Revolutionary, says seeing the Easter stories as parables need not involve a denial of their factuality. The factuality question is left open. A parabolic reading affirms, believe whatever you want about the story, whether it happened this way or not, but let's talk about what the story means. If you believe that the tomb was empty, fine. Now, what does the story mean? And if you're not sure, or if you're even quite sure that it didn't happen, fine. Now, what does the story mean? My goal this morning is to not prove or disprove the events of the first Easter, but rather to help us understand, as John Shelby Spong writes in his book, Liberating the Gospels, whatever Easter was, it had incredible power. At first, demoralized and scattered, the disciples were in that experience reconstituted and given a courage and a conviction that no pain or pressure of life could diminish. Before the Easter experience, they all forsook Jesus and fled. But after the Easter experience, they were willing to die for their convictions. So as we look at what Easter can mean to us, one of the gospel accounts talks about Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome bringing spices to anoint the body of Jesus. And they wondered how they were going to access the tomb and asked, who will roll away the stone that would prevent them from being with Jesus? I believe that Easter can be a time where we commit ourselves to removing whatever it is that blocks us from truly seeing all that we can be in our lives, allowing the full power of the Spirit, in a sense the resurrected Spirit, to live in and through us, just as Jesus rose above all limitations, transcending darkness to light and death to new life. The story of Jesus overcoming death can be the ultimate inspiration and example to each of us and be a precious gift of hope and renewal. In the story, we are told that the clothes that had been on Jesus' body, the shroud, was laid neatly aside as Jesus left behind those things which had held him bound in the tomb. We too can leave behind those things which hold us in bondage and rise above limiting beliefs, habits, and actions. Ernest Holmes explained that the stories of Jesus revealing himself to his followers was to show them and us that death is but a passing to a higher sphere of life and action. If the Spirit of God lives within us, just as God cannot die, so too our spirits are already immortal. We need not fear death of our physical bodies. The truth is that we are born of eternal day, and that the spiritual sun shall never set upon the glory of the soul. Knowing this, we are prepared not just to die, but also to live. And when that great event of the soul takes place, this event we call death, it will actually be beautiful, sublime, a glorious experience. Ernest Holmes concludes, as the eagle freed from its cage soars to its native heights, so the soul freed from the home of heavy flesh will rise and return unto its Father's house, naked and unafraid. This is the story of Easter for all of us, and so it is. And now I invite the wonderful Namaste singers up again once.
Or just to let you in it, that you never leave a stage bare. You just don't, because then people are waiting for it. So once again, you wonderful Easter, you're going to love this. I'm very excited. Give it up for the Namaste Singers.
It's been a long, dark night. I've been waiting for the morning. It's been a long, hard fight. I see a brand new day dawning. 'Cause I've been looking for the sunshine. You know I ain't seen it in so long. And everything's gonna work out just fine. And everything's gonna be alright. It's been all wrong. 'Cause I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. It's been a long, long time since I've known the taste of freedom. Those clinging vines that had me bound, well, I don't need them. Ooh, I am like a captured eagle. You know, an eagle's born to fly. Now that I have found my freedom, like an eagle, I linger for the sky. 'Cause I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
Woo! Give it up again. Woo! That's better than coffee, Reverend. What do you need?
So excited. Dolly Parton.
Dolly!
Yeah. So, yeah. So, you know, we learned that song basically in 2 one-hour sessions. And thanks to Kyle, and who came and guided our path and gave us the guitar accompaniment, because we learned it like plunking along on the piano with a great accompaniment, but we knew that we weren't going to do it with a track. So he stepped in and came to our rehearsal and helped us, and I'm just really appreciative of that. Yeah. So, oh God. Okay, so it seems like what we've been talking about is metaphors and mystical and metaphysical and stories and all of that. And I embrace this teaching so much because, as you well know, I wasn't born into the science of mind teaching. Grew up Catholic, and I really know that my Catholicism really helped me to ground me spiritually in a path of opening up to that there was like a greater power than myself and my little small world. So I never look back on it with like, oh, blah. I always just am thankful that I had a spiritual upbringing. And, but there came a point where I didn't necessarily agree with everything that was being taught to me. And yet, that idea of the higher power or the part of myself that was part of something bigger stayed with me. I just didn't know how to express it. And until I found the science of mind. And then all of a sudden someone said to me, you know, God's not out there. I mean, why has nobody ever seen God? I mean, even Moses saw a burning bush, I guess. So it's because it isn't a being, it is a presence that pulls all of creation into expression, that this divine essence, this quantum field, whatever you want to call it, this pulsation of life that is constantly recreating and creating from itself. That's who we are. And when I heard that, it just totally made sense. It just made sense. And there was something within me that just said, yes, I'm not a sinner like I was brought up to think. I might make mistakes, and my mistakes might be times that I forgot who I was, or that I was struggling to find out who I was. So it wasn't like I was going to be condemned forever because of something I might have done. And to learn that everything that we do, every part of our life, is part of the spiritual growth that is our souls, I can't say I know what comes after this, because the veil's down right now, but I know that within myself, and I say this to my friends that are experiencing things, is that there's a part of us that knows that we're always taken care of. We might have forgotten it, but I remember telling my mother that when she was getting close to her death, that part of yourself, Mom, and she was Catholic, you know, that you know is God, that you know is Jesus, that you know is all that, is never going to let you down. It never lets you down now, so it's always going to be there. And I really know that about that. I don't know what comes after, and don't care to say it does, but I know deep within my being, I know that. So we have all these stories. We have the story of Passover, which is ended on Friday or Saturday, I think Friday. Saturday. Yeah, so we get to celebrate that, and we get to celebrate Easter at the same time. And we get to celebrate it by the metaphors that are there. The Exodus being these people that were, you know, oppressed and needed freedom and needed to get out of Egypt. What did they do? They made a decision. that they were going to do it. And they had a beautiful leader that took them there. But they had to make the decision, and I'm sure they griped and complained. And we have to make a decision. Every time we have a growth spurt or something that we want to change in our life, we have to decide to do so. We're all trapped in some, no, we're not all, but there's a part of us that can be trapped in some Egyptian slavery that's within us. It's just a metaphor. It's just a metaphor. And what is it that we have to let go of? Let my people go. What do we have to let go of? Like our old beliefs and things that hold us down and limit us and tell us that we're less than we are. Just like when I was a kid, I didn't know my greatness. I just knew I was this little small person, right? So what are those things that we get to let go of? But it takes a decision. And it takes trust. Like the story of the Red Sea is a story of faith. It's a story of trust that they had already made their decision, and they trusted that the universe was going to answer their yes. Yes, we're free. So what is it? Sometimes when we want to make a change in our life, we have to trust, and we have to go into a place that's unknown. In fact, I would say that any time I've ever made a change, there's always been an unknownness about it. It's just like when people pass away, there's that moment where there's like a surrender to the unknown. I've seen it. And it's like that surrender to the unknown and knowing yet that you're held. And I think that to me is the biggest metaphor of that story. And as far as Jesus is concerned and his life and his death, Jesus was a political rebel. Don't know anything else. He was a rebel. And he believed in what he believed, and he went against everything that was being shouted at him and shouted at the people that he influenced. So I always think, and he didn't mind speaking his mind. He was a rabbi, and he was all of those things, and he didn't mind. And it brought him to a place where, unfortunately, he had to die, because that's what they did in those days to people like that. So, and they do it now too, to a certain extent. Sometimes, we hope not. Well, I'm thinking of Martin Luther King and, Gandhi and people like that who were outspoken and suffered from that. But that doesn't mean we don't do it. That doesn't mean if we have a truth that we have to tell, we have to be willing to tell that truth no matter what it's going to mean. And if that truth is love, then I don't think anything can stop us because we're eternal. And I'm not afraid of that. It's our truth. We believe in the science of mind that we are free. We believe that we are united. We believe that there is inclusivity. That means everybody is an expression of God. Everybody is a being that deserves the rights, because that's what it is. We're God. We're God expressing. And the more God can express itself, the more God can express itself, and the more it's known. So that's what we're here for. So I am grateful for people like Jesus. I'm grateful for, the Gandhis and the Martin Luther Kings and all the people, but now I know that we're the people. We're the people that have to let go of all our garbage and all our stuff and ground ourselves and know that we're safe, we're guarded, we're guided, and we're protected, and that we accept our divinity. Because in the science of mind, and you don't have to believe this if you don't want to, this is my belief of our teaching, is that it wasn't exclusionary. It wasn't just for Jesus. We are divine. And he even told us that. He told us, don't you know you're God's? We are divine. And it's time for us to accept that and move into it and express it in the way that's uniquely ours. So happy Easter, happy Passover, and thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. And thank you, Namaste. I got your talk there.
Dreaming, got it to and all the world time and time again. At sunrise, fight to stay asleep, 'cause I don't want to leave the comfort of this place. 'Cause there's a hunger, longing to escape from the life I live when I'm away. So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask Him to stay. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place where golden streets? Although I would like the world to change, it helps me to appreciate those nights and all those dreams. My friend, sacrifice all those nights if I could make the earth and my dreams the same. The only difference is you let love replace all of our hate. So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask Him to stay. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Or can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Let's go there. Come on, let's go there. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Oh, I feel like I'm alive for the very first time. Sit up high, I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine. Sit up high, I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place where golden streets? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher
Thank you.
Wow. Sure is nice to follow that. But you know me, I can do it. I can do it. Once again, oh my gosh. I was thinking when he was taking us higher and higher, I thought, what did we do when we did not have music? Did we ever not have music? I don't think so. And as he was singing that and taking us higher, I went, just don't listen with your ears, listen with your heart and see what happens. And I'm telling you, it was as though I could have been lifted up out of this building right now. It happened to me today in a meditation that I was listening to Michael Beckwith, if any of you are familiar with this incredible man. And he wasn't in his excitable mood today, he was in a different frequency. And he was talking about that spirit is constantly breathing us as us. And I always teach that, I facilitate that in everything I do. But I really took some time and during his meditation, and I just thought, I am being breathed by this thing that we call good, that we call God, that we call, it's breathing me, not separate from me. So when I have fear, I'm thinking to myself, why? When all I have to do is just know and remember that I am being breathed by life itself. But so many times, I think I'm just doing this all on my own. I got it, you know? What do I have? What do I got? Breathing is, that's my inheritance to be able to use this power. Today's talk that I'm just now going to mention is called Grow Up, Wake Up, and Rise Up. Grow up, wake up, and rise up. And I do love this idea, that this metaphorical idea that we take different faiths and different stories. Look at our beautiful Hawaiian culture. We talk story. That's how we move along in our lives. We tell stories. Sometimes we tell stories that maybe don't move us always along. Sometimes we tell stories that we start to buy as our identity. But for the most part, I want to tell the stories that inspire us to move forward in our lives, to be the best version. So that's what grow up means to me. Grow up means that I am growing up. I thought of it as like a child. And thank you for the prop today. I was thinking of a child and our inner child and our child, that we sit there and we go, we're going to grow up. How are we going to grow up? I want to grow up. I don't know about you, because I'm still growing up, but I want to grow up to be the best version of myself that I can be. Don't you want that for the parents in the world, for your children? For them to, you know, and you know, you're not going to do it right all the time. I'm sure you've already discovered that it's not about being right. It's about being there. While they are discovering who they are and where they want to be the best version of themselves. And I was thinking, what is the best version of myself? And that's what I loved, the whole idea of the Passover, because it just says to me, liberation. I woke up the other morning and I had this incredible mantra that says, I am no longer fanning the flame of fear. I am no longer fanning the flame of fear. I am now fanning the flame of freedom. I am fanning the flame of freedom. Try living that for 24 hours. It's constant practice. And I was thinking about this. I used to say about Easter, I never liked Easter much because I grew up in Catholicism, and not that they were saying anything, but saying anything that was upsetting me or anything, but it was just like, oh, and the black shoes and They hurt, and I only had to wear them on that one Sunday, and they hurt, and it was, and I'm gonna let it out on the table. It was boring. There was no way that I could go beyond anything, but it was boring, and that's why every once in a while when we'd visit another parish, they called it parish, you'd visit one and somebody had a personality, I'd be like, wow, I'm actually listening to this gentleman talk about the Bible. So I was thinking about this whole idea, as everyone has been so far, about what's the talk story? What are we resurrecting? I love that. I love that whole idea of resurrecting. And look at I was thinking, we were joking today that I was going to bring in a donkey and have him come down here, and of course I would be riding it. But it was fascinating to me, the whole story. You know, I had to slip it in there somewhere. But I love this. Talk about metaphor of life. A gentleman comes in, and everybody's got palms, and they're like, look who's here. I love that feeling when I walk into a room. They come in, they go, oh my God, King of Kings, King of Kings. He's the best, right? Don't you like that? Oh, look at me, I'm the best, thank you. Way, yes. And then 7 days later, they kill him. Right? There's a crucifixion 7 days later. And why I bring that up is because I just want to depress you on Easter. No, I bring that up for one reason, and that is, be careful of praise. Be careful of praise. Be careful of wanting to be praised, wanting to be validated, for wanting to make sure that what I'm doing is the absolute greatest. I'm going to be praised. Because then, one heartbeat later, you're not doing it right. And what I loved about the idea with Jesus is, I just heard it the other day, that, you know, it is true. He went against the authority. He went against the establishment. Anybody ever know anything about that? It was okay. He said, this is not it. We're treating each other poorly. This isn't it. And they said, you can't say that. And he says, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Because I used to think of him as a little boy, that he'd have a lamb by him and I get to sit by his feet and it would be all comfortable and everything. No. He was out there saying freedom. We deserve and demand freedom. Freedom. Here's the good news about freedom. It hasn't been taken away from us. It has not. We will always be free, because freedom is a state of mind. And you cannot take my mind away from me. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it is wonderful because my mind is free. I'm free to love. I'm free to resurrect as love. I'm free to resurrect as peace. I am resurrecting love for my neighbors, resurrecting prosperity, resurrecting everything that we are, the best version of ourselves. We are able to do that, and nothing and no one can stop us, ever. Ever. Always. They say, oh, you know, it's been said to me, I'm getting all excited now, so everybody just unfasten your seatbelts, you're safe. Okay, so here's the deal. Somebody said, you know, we need more than prayer. We need action. And they said it just like that too. I imitated them perfectly. We need action. I've been hearing that for a while, and I want to address it. I want to address prayer for just a few minutes. If you have that statement, you don't know what prayer is. Because prayer is not just a bunch of words. I know it sounds it, even when we do it, you're like, oh, here goes the la, 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 la. I understand. I understand that. Because what prayer is, it's a frequency. Prayer is action. Prayer is action. You can't have anything without. We are walking prayers. We are walking demonstrations. Everything we think, everything we say is a prayer. When I say I love myself, there's a vibration that allows me to move through. When I say that I am worthless, Look at me. What is that creating? And I love this idea of prayer. There's this prayer that every time, even if we're in a session together and we're just praying one-on-one, do you know that we are praying for the entire universal flow and beyond? Because that is frequency. That is divine frequency. So do not underestimate prayer. And if there's something that you're not getting with prayer, then come and talk to me about it. Because prayer isn't about moving your mind. That's up to you. My prayer is that I can stand in the frequency of love and power with you and allow everything to come forth in order to move whatever it is in your life that you want moved. To move, but we must work together. Why? Because we are one. We're on to something, people. We have to allow ourselves. Today, for me, and I will start with that and end with that, this renewal of spirit. We can no longer, let me rephrase that. I can no longer not renew the spirit for my greatest thing. The reason I stopped fanning the flame of fear is because I am now responsible for creating more of it. And you say, well, yeah, but what? But we have to be, yes, I notice it, I see it. There's my condition. Woof, it looks nasty. It's a nasty condition. And then we say in Science of Mind, you turn away from the condition. And here's where we don't take the GPS very well. We say we didn't say turn away from it and just go blah, 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 blah. It doesn't exist, it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. No, that's just a waste of time. Because all this not existing is making and allowing it to exist. We don't turn away to turn to nothing. We turn away to turn to something. And that is faith. We turn away from it and say, I gotcha. There's more. And how do I know it? Because my prayer is active. I didn't even see this little one pop over there. Yeah, no. How many of you, and just a little, you don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to, but how many of you think of prayer as kind of a hit and miss? Hit and miss. When you pray, do you believe that it is manifesting? Do we sometimes want to believe it, or do we believe it? I believe it. Well, then there's nothing for us to talk about. No, because that's the thing. But sometimes I want to believe it. I want to believe it is true. When people say to me, I do not, and the ones that are honest, no, they say to me, I really can't believe it. I can't believe I can get out of this mess, this physical mess. I don't know if I can. I'm prosperity. I can't get out of it. And I say always, do you believe that I believe you can get out of it? Oh, you bet. That's where we start. That's where we start. Because I noticed that a lot of prayers I've done in the past, they're prayers for enduring the mess. When that one hit me, it kind of a little lower than I would like it to be. I went, what does that mean? Because I read it. That are we praying to endure what is going on in our life? Or are we praying to rise above it? Oh my God. You do not know how many times I have prayed that, oh, just help me, just endure this childhood or this whatever. And I go, let me endure it. And no, we're not here to endure. This year is the year of what? Thriving. We decide to thrive. So, what are we going to do? We're going to grow up. We're going to wake up. Sometimes it takes people a little longer to wake up. Yeah. I pushed that little extra alarm this morning. But mostly, we're ready to rise up. rise up. And you don't have to clench your fists about it. All we have to do is say this, especially in our times right now. I want to feel, I want to get to know freedom in a way that I have never known it before. I want to get to know love like I have never, that it takes my breath away. I want to love so deep that I can barely speak. I want to love and have peace that there's this inner smile that takes it to my heart. We can have this. We have this. I am complete. I am complete. So it is. I just want to scan this room for a moment. I want you to know, as I'm scanning this room, that I am feeling, knowing, and seeing who you are. What stands between getting to know who you are is just simple formula. Get rid of what you're not. Get rid of it. Ooh, you are beautiful. Namaste. Namaste. What? Yeah. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Louise.
Oh. Okay. How's everybody
I
doing?
can smell the pancakes.
Yeah, it's really quite a gift back there that we're being given.
Time for a little circulation.
Before we get to that, we're going to be circulating. So let's circulate some abundance for CSL Kauai and for the world, and just know that your gifts go forward to heal, prosper, and bless. So thank you for what you give today that helps CSL Kauai thrive. And 12 years we've been here, guys. 12 years.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. Circulate my love.
You're starting this out slow.
Circulate my love right now.
Circulate.
My love, it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Oh, I circulate my joy right now, circulate my joy, circulate my joy right now, circulate my joy, and it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Yeah. Circulation across the nation, it's a love vibration all around the world and beyond. Circulate my gift right now, circulate my gift, circulate my gift right now. I circulate my gift, and it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation, it's a love vibration around the world and beyond.
Take a moment to give thanks. My heart is filled with gratitude for whatever is in this basket, with the consciousness that's in this room, online. Thank you so much. All the gifts that come to CSL Kauai, and especially the gifts of the presence of our Ohana and our beautiful, amazing people that come here every single week and are here thinking about us all the time. I'm so grateful for all of that, because it definitely helps us to grow and prosper and bless. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I just let it be, and so it is. Come right back up.
We're going to keep Anna up here,
Well, she
and
has to
you
give
can
the
come get
basket.
her basket.
All right.
Or
So Anna has,
maybe-
we're into our announcements now. Thank you, everyone, for your gifts.
Yes. Thank you for everyone online.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
So we're into our announcements, and we're going to let Anna go first so I don't forget.
there we go. Let me make sure it's on. Yeah.
Okay. Aloha. I talked to you a few weeks ago about our new Aloha Connections Hui, and I want to remind you that it is ongoing. So if you have needs and you would like some help at your homes or whatever, for your physical kinds of needs or any kind, you can look at our connections board back here. There are phone numbers, and if you need help, you can sign up on there or you can make calls. But we also need helpers, people who can, on each side of the island, we need some helpers. So if you feel the need to be able to drive or in some way help someone that needs help, please fill out a form or make a call and let us know, because we're here for you. We're a family. We're Ohana. So
Great.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
About what?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So Anna contacted me about a woman in Anahola that needed helping move, and I had an amazing time connecting with her and her family, and then I ended up with a bunch of stuff that she was getting rid of that I ended up taking to other people who contacted me through homeless outreach on the island, on the other side of the island. So it's like this amazing spreading of aloha.
Great.
Why don't you stay up and
Yeah,
talk about
and check-
Dances of Universal
Okay,
Peace?
and next Sunday, Dances of Universal Peace here, 3:45, and if anybody wants to know, come and ask me about them.
Good.
Yeah, and the board is back there to tell you what we actually can do at this time. One of the most important things is getting people here that don't have cars and they can't get here. That's really an important thing for our community. So,
Yes. Should we have Diane come up too? Might as well do all these first, so before I forget them.
Might as well do all our announcements at once.
Reverend Diane, go for it.
Good morning, everyone. Next Saturday is our beach cleanup here. It's also a big cleanup all over the island. So the way I'm thinking about our beach cleanup is that we are some part of that Earth Day cleanup that's happening on the beaches and in the parks and around our island. I hope you'll consider joining us here. We meet at 9 a.m. here at the parking lot. We have buckets and gloves if you need. We have nitrile gloves if you need them. And then we just clean our backyard. We clean our front yard, and then we move out to the ocean and we clean up out there. So I hope you'll consider making our beach cleanup part of what you give back for Earth Day this year. And join us from 9 till about 10:30. Thank you.
And that's next Saturday, 9 to
plus
10:30.
it's community. I met somebody on the path and I sent her over here and she said, it's really nice to just get together with community people that we haven't met before, and we stay kind of in our own little world. So it's a great opportunity.
Okay,
Guess what?
so-
This is your lucky day again. Why? Because a spot on
Oh, a spot opened up in Mental Muscle because someone has to go off island, and it's the type of situation where you need to be there for it. And it's 8 weeks starting this Tuesday, and I'm telling you, I vouch that your life will be changed if you do the work that we're going to do together. I'm wanting 9 people. If I don't get 9, if we have 8 of us, it'll be just perfect. We're going to meet here every Tuesday and Friday morning. Mental Muscle is a proven program that was created by our mentor, Reverend James Mellon. Basically, you're digging into your belief system and you're being held accountable for your thoughts, for your life, and you have a group of people that support you through the whole thing. So it's very powerful. It will start on Tuesday, 8:30, and we'll meet Tuesdays and Fridays, 8:30 to 9:30. And that's it for 8 weeks from April 22nd to June 13th. So I'd love to have another person that's brave, that wants to come forward and be part of it with us.
It's been going on for a lot of years, and our mentor has been,
2010.
I've done it twice, and every time you go to do it, your life, you think, oh, this is elementary not, because it changes everything in your whole frequency.
Yeah, it just digs in deep. Like
Yeah.
It's like peeling back an onion, really, what it is. Okay.
And so then Spiritual Cinema this Friday is the bucket list. Please join us. Our cinemas are really a wonderful thing to get together with. We have popcorn. It's the only time you'll ever be allowed to eat in the sanctuary, just so you'll know. And then Yoga Flow is on hiatus with Jeanette. until she comes back. And we did spiritual, we did this. Wow, they already went through. I'm going to do this because it's the most important. It's Gary Lynn Floyd, who you've been sitting on since you came here today. The reason he's coming, he's doing a tour of about, I think, 3 or 4 islands. And so I think he's starting here with us. I'm pretty sure. But he's coming in because one of the suggestions that we get a lot from our community is bring in entertainment from the outside, the mainland. This gentleman, I just talked to somebody from his center in Reno that he has as a music director, but his Song Circle concerts are just incredible. You talk about a vibration. This guy is incredible. He personifies love. And he's good and he's talented. And I know you don't know who he is, but you know who we are. You may not know his music, but you know us. And we would not bring anyone to this island that we did not think would benefit you 100%. So
Anyway,
just want to throw
Gary.
that. That's
on
Gary.
May 2nd. And then on May 1st, Reverend Diane and Reverend Patrick and Dr. Walter, are you going to the National Day of Prayer? Yes, okay. The 4 of us will be at the National Day of Prayer, which is going to be held at St. Michael's at 6 p.m. And all the different ministers and spiritual people.
Okay, 6:30
Okay.
for people coming and 6 for presenters.
Okay, so that's it's a big weekend. That's May 1st, and Gary's on
Just
May
never,
2nd.
that weekend is so packed.
And then Saturday, May 3rd, is World Labyrinth Day. Did you know that? People all over the world will be walking the labyrinths together, and they're trying to create, this is from the Labyrinth Society, they're trying to create a rolling labyrinth walk, everybody starts at 1 o'clock at their time, and all around the world. This is a big organization. We just joined them.
Huge.
And I'm actually going to school to become one of their facilitators. Anyway, so that will happen on Saturday from 1 to 3. You can come anytime within there, but we're going to start at 1 and have it open, the labyrinth open for people to walk. So, and you can go online to labyrinthsociety.org if you want to learn more about their organization. And there's so many tools on there, and finger labyrinths and all kinds of things. And
so, and then 2 more, same weekend, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all on this weekend here, except for St. Michael's. Also, we are having a potluck. Please sign up in the back on May 4th, and that is to celebrate, speaking of metaphysical heroes.
My beautiful husband.
You know, the one thing I do is I don't like to promote myself. But it is on May 4th, and we're having a potluck right after our service. And there's that. And then one more, September 20th is now on the calendar. And I know it's a long ways away, but you should know it now because we are all putting on a fall festival right here. Picture this. That whole thing filled in here. We're having pancake breakfast, barbecues, and besides that, we're going to really let the community get to know who we are. We're going to have people from all over. It's really targeting our youth and family because a lot of people are going by here and saying, I wonder what that is. And so now we're going to let them know what it is. It's huge. I said I do not want to put this on. It's a lot of work for us. There are no volunteers. We're all volunteering, just like a family does. We're going to put something together. I'm not going to go sign up as a volunteer. If you're in town, you'll be here. Because and there's a lot of things to do, trust me. Yeah, like kitchen, like in the kitchen. But anyway, I'm so excited about it. We just started the process, and you'll learn more about it. And then what?
And put our birthday on your calendar. It's July 13th, so you can make sure you're here for it. So we celebrate our 12th year.
12th year.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. You know, it's so funny. People say, we go, well, is there a lot going on here? Look, something's always going on.
Something's always going on. Okay. So I want to give some thank yous, and Kyle, could you just play softly in the background for a minute while I just do this? First of all, I don't know if you noticed the beautiful flowers. There's a lady back there in a blue dress that's been soliciting flowers and going and picking them up. Her name is Noreen Dougherty, and she is beautiful, and she made these arrangements for us. And
Yes. And we've been talking about her with the youth in the future
Yeah,
as well.
she's also one of the people that are helping us with our youth program that we will get started at one of these times. So, and I'd also like to thank Reverend Dr. Walt for your beautiful message. I'd like to thank Anna and Angela, that they were our Malama team, and Angela always for all that she does. And Glenn Head and Peggy, I.A. Jerry, are back there counting our beautiful collection. And then Tom Passarella was part of our hospitality team.
Yes.
And as was Ron Stover, of course, always the hospitality king. And Kiana bringing her beautiful food today again for us. Please make sure you give her a hug and thank her. And Leslie and Anna-Leah and Suzanne Stover in the kitchen. As far as I know, there might be other people there that I don't know of, but just thank them all right? And Jonathan Lee, thank you for your, it's a big deal when we have to bring the choir up here, and Kyle and the whole thing, for him to put it together. So thank you, Jonathan. And thank you, Charles and Orion and Kieran. And I guess Charles is gone, so Orion and Kieran are here, our beautiful team back there doing our videoing. And of course, we want to thank the master, Kyle Lebanz, and his partner in crime, Luis Padilla.
And I do want to throw in these thank yous because they do get missed sometimes. One is the Namaste Choir. But while you're at home and doing your thing, there is a gentleman here who's in the kitchen, of course, Ron Stover, who sat from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 10:30 or 11 at night, power washing the entire outdoors. So it's not that I'm trying to make him a martyr, I'm just telling you that was a big job to do, and we're so appreciative. And then also, since we don't always have Anna here, we want to just say for a moment, she has volunteered to clean our restrooms for us twice a month. So, and every time you're not here, I always think about you. So now you're here. So thank you so much for your wonderful
Thank
thing.
you. We appreciate it.
And I think that was,
All right.
it was okay.
Okay, so let's just take a deep breath. Take all this gratitude. I mean, gratitude is a force of energy that brings so much into our lives. So let's just take that gratitude into our hearts right now for all the good that we enjoy, all the good, wonderful, amazing people that are around us, constantly giving and receiving. I am so grateful, and I am so grateful for the voices in the back too. What the heck? I am grateful for it all, and I just give blessings to all of us on this beautiful Easter Passover Sunday, knowing that we are all rising in consciousness at every moment, and as we go and eat this delicious food, it is blessed in our bodies, and we are just an amazing community. I am so grateful, and I just let it be, and so it is.
So it is. Okay, Kyle and Louise, let's all stand and stretch those legs. We've been here for a moment.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here.
No, I gotta get it.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. So here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Oh, little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Yeah, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Alright. It's alright.
That's our mothership.
Quanta!
Yeah.
Quanta!
It was so nice to have you.